Since you brought up individuality versus individualism, I'd love to hear you say a bit more about that, because individualism in some places is almost a bad word. But in other places, it's like, well, we're Americans and we get to do what we want. But I think what we really want to be is to pursue individuality, not individualism.
Yeah, so it's funny when you look at the history of this, like way back 100 years ago, John Dewey, who was the most progressive educational philosopher, wrote a book on this. And he really laid out like this distinction. And, you know, at this point, if by individualism, we mean the sort of get off my lawn libertarianism and like somehow this belief that I am fully self-sufficient by myself, that I don't need other people, that's just silly, right? And I actually think it's cover for selfishness, right? It's a cover to abandon our moral obligations that we have to one another, you know, like, whereas when we think about individuality, it's just a statement of fact that humans have distinctive qualities, right? They are not just replicas of one another. And that distinctiveness matters. And for me, when I think of individuality, I think of two core concepts, this idea of distinctiveness, and then this idea of dignity and the moral worth of another human being. And so that's it, right? Like, it doesn't mean you can do whatever you want, but I do believe that as individuals, we have the ability to imagine futures for ourselves. We have a moral sense, and we should have the power to have control over our own lives. And because we are distinct, we can't offload those decisions to other people, right? Because whatever's an optimal solution for someone may not be good for me. And I have to have that responsibility to make my own choices. But again, you know, the whole enterprise of living in society is how do we live well together? Right? Like, that's the goal. Like, and human beings we are created to be social, right? We cooperate. Like, it's why we accomplish more than other species. It's not because we're individually so much more powerful, whatever, but we cooperate. And so I think our ability to build a society where we actually generate abundance, both materially and spiritually, because we believe in and support the dignity and worth of every individual, that's the stuff that I care the most about.